whining, and a cold nose on my shoulder wakes me up from a deep and dreamless sleep. I open my eyes, and it's still completely dark. I guess my dog has decided that I will be getting up anyway. It figures that on the one day of the week where I get a chance to finally sleep in, that the dog would wake me up in the middle of the night. She almost never gets up before the sun comes up, so I figured that the need to use the bathroom must be very great for her to wake me up right now. Perhaps she licked the bowl of chili that I had left on the table when I got up to use the bathroom last night and is now feeling the consequences. It wouldn't be the first time. I roll over and grab my phone off the nightstand to check the time, but for some reason, it won't turn on. The battery must be dead, even though I had plugged it in right before bed. It's an old phone, though, and finicky, so sometimes you have to plug it in just right or it won't charge. I had set an alarm for 10 a.m. so that I would wake up just before the football games start to check the injury report and make any last-minute changes to my fantasy teams. Maybe I'm lucky that my dog woke me up if my phone was dead. I wouldn't want to oversleep. You know, it's the fantasy playoffs and I've got a good amount of money riding on this week's outcome. It's still really dark and I roll over and look towards my window where, even through my closed blinds, I can typically see some light from the street lamp below, but tonight it was completely dark. I can hear someone scraping ice off their car windshield in the parking lot below, and I wonder, why the hell would anyone be awake and headed out at this godforsaken hour on a Sunday? I get up out of bed and flip on the light switch near the door, but the light doesn't come on. I walk across the hall to my bathroom and try that switch. Again, nothing. Great. The power must be out. I guess that would explain the dead phone. About this time I realized that I really need to use the bathroom, so I put the toilet seat down and sit to avoid, spraying everywhere. As I'm sitting there, doing my business, I realize that the power on the whole block must be out. That's why it's so dark, even the streetlights are out. I finish and get up, and I start making my way into the living room. I trip and nearly fall over the dog who is standing in front of the closet where I keep her food and leash. She must really need to go, and I hope I can get my stuff together and take her outside before she has an accident on the floor. I remember that my flashlight and headlamp are both inside my backpack that's somewhere in the closet near the door, buried with a bunch of other camping gear. I tell myself that I should probably be better prepared in the instance of a power outage in the future. I decide rather than digging through all my crap in the closet in the dark for a flashlight, I will just get the lighter out of the drawer in my coffee table and use it to light a candle that's sitting on the table. I slowly make my way into the living room, waving my hands in front of me, trying not to run into anything. I can hear the dog running around by the door from the sound of her tags clinking together. Clearly, her night vision is better than mine. I make it to the couch and feel my way around it to the coffee table, open up the drawer and fumble around it until I find a lighter. I flick it and nothing. Not even a spark. I try again and still nothing. I'm starting to get really annoyed at this point, and I promise myself that I will never buy another one of those shitty lighters again. I'll just spend the extra 75 cents for a name brand. I resign myself to digging through the closet to try and find my flashlight, hidden somewhere inside of my backpack. I stub my toe on the couch on the way and let loose a string of profanities. I finally touch the wall and outstretched my arms and run my hands over the closet door, making my way towards the handle. I turn the handle when suddenly I hear a noise coming from my bedroom. It's the alarm from my phone. The sudden realization comes crashing down on me and I collapse to the floor in panic and shock. I start sobbing uncontrollably and my dog comes over and starts licking my face, wondering what's wrong with me, trying to console me. I hold her head in my hands and look at her, trying to will the image of her face to appear in front of me. But all I can see is blackness.